Hey everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back to my YouTube. Oh, wait a minute, let me get some volume. Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me. Let me know. I'm trying to remember to turn my volume on when I start, and sometimes I forget. So let me know if you can hear me. Great. Jennifer just let me know that y'all can hear me, so that's a good thing. So we are kind of on a positive note. I was a little bit later starting today because I was trying to figure out how to make my software program stream to YouTube as well as, to Facebook as well as YouTube. And needless to say, I don't think it worked. But anyway, I am so glad that y'all are here. I hope that we have a fairly good group today, but you know what? If we only have 3 or 4, we'll still craft and have lots of fun. How about that? So I'm so happy that you are here, and I have a brand new Stampin' die set that I'm going to premiere. Y'all might have seen other stampers do it, but it was new for me. So I'm kind of tangled up under my desk between my dog bed, and my shoes. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and flip down to the desk. I'm going to be giving away the cards today. I'm going to show you first one of the cards that I made, maybe 2 of the cards that I made, and y'all tell me what you think. So let's go ahead and transition down to the craft table. And there we go. Let me know which one you like the best. I'm going to actually do a little bit of interactive card making today, because I'm going to let you, the viewer, choose what color we make our card today. And I'm going to give away all 3 of these cards. Now this is the black and white one, and this is so cute. This was actually a die cut that's in this set. And the name of the set is Darling Details. And you know, when you look at the stamp set, you don't think, well, that's not much. Now what can I do with that? But look at the dies. Even if you don't get the stamp set, but I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at those cute flowers. I mean, they are so adorable. And you can do them in a variety of color. I even stamped one. I had it taped down to cut it, but we'll just take that off. I did one where I did it in black ink and then went over it just to see the difference of doing it in the same color. This one I did it in boho blue, but I stamped, I think it's, no, that's the Azure Afternoon. But I did it like that because I wanted to see what it would look like if I did the detail of the stamp in a bolder color. Oh, welcome, Jennifer. Let me say hey to all my people that are here. So let's see. We have Phyllis. Okay, hang on, Jen. Jen's trying to tell me in my ear who we have. Marlene and Phyllis and Jennifer and Diane and Kathy Kelly and I think I said Diane. Welcome everybody in. But anyway, this is the set we're going to work on today. And like I said, I felt like I was running with my... I was just running crazy today because I was trying to make this thing do both a YouTube live and a Facebook live, and I couldn't seem to get the other one going. So then I had trouble getting it to transition back to my view here. Okay, I'm going to take a really long deep breath and see if I can get myself together, and we're going to make a card. But I'm going to let it be interactive today. Y'all are going to pick the paper, you're going to pick the color, and we are going to go from there. Before I go any further, Phyllis, I think you might be proud of me. What do you think of my little banner that I have up here with my logo, the name of my channel and my group, and I got my host code, and then there is my link for doing to go to my shop to shop. Any of the products that you see me use today, you can actually go to this link. It'll also be linked in the video below underneath the video, and if you click on my blog, you can go there and find everything. Pictures of the cards, all the details of everything that I use. You can get a PDF tutorial, has all that information on it, and it's totally free. I know some demonstrators charge for their tutorials. That's not something that I will do. Okay, this card and this card is made totally different, even though they look quite the same. This one, I used this Darling Detail, and these are definitely Darling. Look at that die. And if you put it onto your card base and just cut it, it cuts out this piece, and then you have that opening. But I glued a piece of black cardstock behind it so that I could get that beautiful black showing. I love black and white. I think it's so elegant. Even with my little black and white gingham ribbon, I still think it's a very elegant card. Hey Margie, welcome in. You're never late, always on time. So I'm glad you could make it. This particular card, I used the same die, but I took a piece of white cardstock and I did it a regular size frame, 4 by 5 1/4, and I put this in the middle and cut it out, and then I glued this piece onto a blue card base. Isn't that cute? So you can do this in so many different ways. So, and you also, in the dies, you have this other smaller piece that you can cut. You can actually cut this together if you want to. I don't know why you would, because they're beautiful on their own. You have a stem and some leaves, but this die right here, and I'll do this on another card and I'll record it. This you can actually string your ribbon through. So you can cut this piece out. It makes a scalloped edge on the bottom of your card or your mat, and then you can weave ribbon. The reason I didn't use this today, I didn't have ribbon. I've got it on order. It's coming this coming week. One of my orders will come after I leave for my trip. That's the other thing I wanted to remind you. I will not be here next Friday, so we will not have a live. I'm going to do my very best to put up some videos for next week. I don't know what the dates are going to be on them, but if you keep a check on the Facebook group, I will put it on there before I leave, as far as what days I got videos coming up, so you can be looking for them. But this is the little die that I cut, this little piece that's inside the cards, here and here, and I think that is just so adorable, and it just makes such a cute little accent on the inside of the card. Jennifer, is that what you were getting ready to tell me to remind everybody I wouldn't be here? She was getting ready to tell me something, and I think that might have been what it was. But anyway, we are going to get started on the card. Now, this set is on page 68 in the catalog, and it's not a collection, it's just a bundle. So you can bundle it down here, and I'll have that number under the bundle, so that you can order and save 10%, because you know, if you buy a bundle, you save 10% over. But say you say, well, I just want the dies, and you get the dies, and then you say, oh darn, I wish I had gotten the stamp set, and then you reorder the stamp set. If you go ahead and order them both at the same time using the bundle number, you will save 10% on it. So I always say save where you can. So I'm going to pull in some cardstock, and I've got several colors here, and I want y'all to pick what color you want me to use for the card and the mat. So I'm thinking, I'll tell you what, we're gonna make it easy. We're gonna make the card itself all white. So I've got some thick basic white right here. We're gonna do that all out of the card base themselves are all gonna be white. But tell me what accent color you want. And we'll do it like this one. We'll cut the framelit out of the accent color, and we'll stamp the flower with that color, and we'll do the piece here probably in a white, so or maybe the color of the mat. We'll see, depending on whether it's light or dark. Here are the colors that we have to choose from. This is Wild Wheat. This is Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and Blueberry Bushel. So these are the colors that we can choose from. Jennifer, I don't have a burgundy. I do have a berry burst, but I can pull out a berry burst, and y'all can choose from that as well. All right, Bella, move, honey. I got to get my dog out from under my chair before I can get up and get my berry burst. Okay, here's Berry Burst. It's not really a burgundy per se. It's more of a, I don't know. It's pretty. It looks like berries. So, y'all tell me. I've got three moody mauves, a lemon lolly, another moody mauve. So, y'all let me know which colors you want. So far the Moody Mauve has the vote. Okay, I'm going to go with the Moody Mauve since that seems to be the color of choice. We did get a Lemon Lolly. Hey Tina, welcome in. The Lemon Lolly is a beautiful shade of yellow. It's gorgeous. I like the Lemon Lolly and the pink together. I think that's really pretty. The Berry Burst and the Bubble Bath is pretty together. And of course the Moody Mauve and the Bubble Bath. The Bubble Bath seems like it just goes with everything. So it seems like the Moody Mauve has won the vote. So by this consensus of the popular vote, we're going to go with the Moody Mauve. So I'm going to cut a card base first, and like I said, I'm going to use white for my card base. Let me move this cardstock over here because it's going to fall in the floor just as sure as my name is Kathy. And I'm going to move some of this stuff back away from me. I'm even going to slide that up a bit so it's not in my way. And I'll pull that back down. But I thought Phyllis told me the other day, well, it's been more than the other day, that I needed to put my information out there so people could see it when I do my lives. And, you know, I love all of you when y'all give me suggestions and things to do. Because sometimes I don't think about it. I figure, well, it's on my blog and it's here and it's there. But I think it is good that y'all can see it in front of you when I'm crafting. So, thank you, Phyllis. All right, let's go ahead and cut this down, and I'm cutting it at 5.5 on the 11-inch side, and I'm just going to slice that up. We're going to save this piece for die cutting and stamping. So I'm going to follow my lead from Randy, and I'm going to use my Simply Scored scoreboard, and I'm going to score this. Randy was getting her hair cut today. She did text me earlier and said she's hoping she could make it back, but she's not sure. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4 to give us that, you know what, that didn't look right, does it? We're going to go with it. I think it's right. Give it a good score. I like to go down it twice, and then I turn it over. Yeah, Jennifer just reminded me that she doesn't have all the colors because I didn't know what y'all were going to choose. So I used the description on the PDF tutorial is going to be the black and white card. But you remember you can substitute colors for anything. All the measurements and everything is the same. So I folded this over and I'm going to crease it down. And then I think we can get this out of our way. We don't need that again right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and give this another really good burnish, just like that. And I'm gonna actually zoom you in just a little bit, about like that. I think that's good, and that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna bring my trimmer back out because I want to trim this down because I want to get 4 pieces out of this. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it this way. Because if we cut it on the 8.5-inch side at 4 1/4, we can get top fold card. And you know, if we scored it now at 5.5, this would be a top fold card like the black one was. I normally do my cards in the other direction. I cut them on the 8.5 and score them at 4 1/4. So I mean, I didn't say that right. let me rephrase that. I put my 11-inch side up and I cut it at 5.5 and then I score it at 4 1/4. But we're going to cut this at 5.5, and that's going to give me 2 pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other piece too. I don't think we're going to need it, but this will give me card bases that I can use for, or mats for other cards, because let's face it, Moody Mauve is so pretty. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take a piece of this and bring it right about there. And we're going to take that larger die. Here's all of our dies right here. And we're going to take that larger frame die and we're going to put it on our card. And what we want to do is kind of center this up as best you can, because remember, this outer edge is what we're going to keep to put on our, you know what, I need to cut this down one more time. What was I thinking? We need to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, because right now this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're going to take a 1/4 inch off in both directions. And I'm going to save these. Remember our little strips, we can use them. When we do scrap cards, we can definitely use those small strips. So I'll throw those in my little scrap bin, and those can come in handy for something else. I wanted that to make sure that was the right size, because you want to try to center this up, and it's easier to do it now than it is a little bit later. I'm going to sit my card right here in this little area, and I'm going to put a magnet on it and see if it'll help hold it. That magnet's going to probably stick to this. Yeah, that's probably not going to work, but that right there looks like it's pretty good. What do you think? That looks pretty good. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to tape the corners. I got one of these right here. I was using both kinds of tape the other day, and I still had some sticking here on my desk. So now we're going to bring up the big boy, because with this one we're going to need to use our big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I'm going to open it up, and this thing is huge. Y'all know it is. So I'm going to zoom y'all out so you can see the whole thing. There we go. I'm going to grab my cut plates, and that is my number 1 plate, my number 2 thin die adapter plate, my all scratched up with a little dot on it cut plate. I'm making sure that it's not springy. I'm going to turn it over. Yeah, it was a little bit springy, so I turned it over. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it in, and I'm going to lay it at a bit of an angle. So you never want to send your die through with a straight edge going in. It puts a lot of stress on your rollers, your plates, everything. So always, if possible, do this, because when it goes through, you know how normally you hear that loud pop and crack? We're not going to hear it on this. It might pop when it gets to the end, but look, we didn't even get a pop at the end. So that shows it's not putting so much stress on your machine, and that can help your machine last a lot longer, as well as your plates and your dies. So let's take that out. See all those little dots? They're everywhere, because all of those little dots are, let's pull this off of here, and oops, that tore. Oh no, oh no. Let's pull it off this way and to an angle. A lot of times if you take your tape off at an angle, it won't tear, but that did try to tear it a little bit. And this tape is much more sticky, and it didn't tear it. Crazy, huh? All right, so we're going to take that out, and then we're going to take this out. And this right here you can use as a scrap for something else. It's got a beautiful little detailed scallop around it that you could definitely use for another card. So I'm going to lay it over here with my scraps for right now. And look at this. I'm going to show you a little trick. If you've got I got it in a paper pumpkin box, y'all. This is my brush that goes onto the end of take your pick tool. And we're going to lay this in here, and I'm going to see if I can tap these off and get as many of those little dots. You know, I know my vacuum will get them up, but when they're this little, if I can get as many as possible into my trash can, that makes me happy. A little bit less mess to clean up later. So you're still going to get some that's going to fall off here or there. I still got white ones on here where I cut the white one. So this is kind of a little bit of a messy process when you got all these little pieces, but don't everybody love the the detailed dies like this. And now I'm just going to take my brush, and I do it in this box for this reason. You got these little foam. This comes with the brush, not the Take Your Pick tool. It's an add-on for the Take Your Pick. So you get the brush and the little foam pieces. And a lot of times I'll just use one of these, and it catches all my scraps. See all those little scraps down in there? And then you can just roll it across your die cut. And you can also do that with your dies. If you get pieces stuck in your die, look at that, that's trying to pull up. We're going to put some glue on that. We're going to glue that little piece down. Nobody will have to know except you and me and all of the other viewers that watch this video. Oh my word, I changed up my music on my video because I think I told some of y'all this, but I've had some people from third world countries that's coming in and trying to claim rights to my videos because of the music. Now, I subscribe to an editing software program, and I only use the music that's built into that program. I pay a subscription on that program. I pay a yearly subscription that's not cheap, but they are claiming rights. So every time they claim rights to it, it ties my video up where I can't get any monetization on my video. I don't make a killing off of YouTube anyway. I mean, I think all of last year I made $300 for all the videos that I did. But all of a sudden I got these people coming in claiming rights to my videos because of the music, and they call it a copyright infringement. Now, I have not been tagged or, you know, threatened to lose my channel because of it, but it's been quite an aggravation, to say the least. I'm just trying to glue that little piece down right there that peeled up when I pulled up that tape. I think it's going to be okay. I think that got it. We'll hope so. If not, I'll cover it with a gem or something. Y'all know me. I know how to cover up boo-boos. So my card base is right here. So here's my card. I'm going to check and make sure, yeah, make sure it's opening on the right side. There we go. And we are going to put this down. And look, I mean, you've got a card the minute you put something down on here. You've got a card. How pretty is that? Isn't that cute? Jennifer, it is a beautiful die set. It is absolutely beautiful. I have fallen in love with the die set. And like I said, I wasn't real thrilled with those stamps, but I ordered this for the dies, and then after I got the stamps, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I got it, because even the flowers, they might look a little bit cartoonish, but you know what? I really do like it. Now I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal around this piece, just like that. Oh, I see one that didn't come out. Sometimes you can just take your finger and flick it like I just did, and it will come out just fine. Just going to go all the way across there, and then a couple of pieces up the side, and a piece right here in the middle. Now, we could pop this up on dimensionals, but I'm not. I'm going to try sitting this down, getting my border. You know, that's always the hardest thing, getting your border straight. I think we did pretty good on that. What do y'all think? Oh, it's so pretty. That is just... that's a picture. I love it. Let me zoom y'all back in because I want y'all to be able to see close up what's happening here. All right, I am going to take the stamp, and if y'all have never used a two-step stamp, you're in for a treat with this one. And you tell me, do you want me just to stamp this in Moody Mauve, or do you want me to stamp it in... do you want me to color it in or leave it white? So we'll wait for some decisions on that. I'm going to bring this piece over. Yeah, this piece right here will work. Looks like I got a little speck or something on my stamp pad, and I don't like to have any specks. If you have little specks on your stamp pad, you can, there's two things you can do, and this isn't working. You can take a piece of tape, like Scotch tape, and that's what I'm going to grab. I'm just going to grab some Scotch tape, and you can lay it down on it and pick it up. And I got off. It looked like there was a little tiny hair on there, and it looked like there was a little speck of something. So I did get that off by using that tape. I was trying to pick it off with this, but you do take a chance of piercing your stamp pad, and you don't want that because you want that nice even surface. So I'm going to stamp this first in the Moody Mauve as a solid image. And I'm going to stamp it right up here, right about, let's put that ink pad up there so I don't put my arm in it. Y'all know I do that real often. So here we go. And I'm just going to hold that on there just for a minute. Isn't that pretty? Now that will lighten up as it dries. So if you want me to go back with that detailed stamp, let me know, and we will do a stamp on. What did I do with that detailed stamp? Have I lost it? Hey, don't answer that, y'all. We know I've lost it, but not the stamp, hopefully. Oh, here it is. It was over here with some gems that I'd laid out. Okay. If you want me to stamp that flower, let me know. Just say yes, yes or no. Yes means stamp the color in it, and what I'll do is I'll stamp the Moody Mauve, will stamp off and then stamp into that flower to give it, or we can stamp it with Bubble Bath and make it a pretty pink. So just let me know. So I'm waiting for some comments. So you want to fill it in or leave it blank? Yes for fill in, no for leave it blank. Okay, I got a yes, fill it in. Anybody else got an opinion? Okay, Jennifer and Margie both say yes, so yes, yes, okay. I think the yeses have it. Hey, Marlene, Marilyn, I'm sorry, Marilyn. Welcome in. I didn't see you a while ago when you came in. And please, y'all, let Jennifer know if you want to be in the drawing. We're going to have 3 drawings today because I'm going to give away all 3 cards. Okay, everybody wants me to fill it in. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring out a piece of scratch paper. I was practicing writing my name with a pen because I had to sign a card, and the pen was something different that I had never used before. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stamp this off, and then I'll stamp right there. That's a little bit bubbly, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to condition my stamp. Sometimes your stamps, you can see the pores in them until you stamp with them a few times, and you get them nice and stained. And this one is meant to have a little bit of dimension in it. I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. And let's bring this back up. So we're going to stamp it, stamp off. And then I'm going to line this up. Love two-step stamping. This is two-step stamping at its best. So we can line that up and press it down. Voila, we have color. Don't you love that? We didn't have to color anything. We did it with the stamp. So look in the catalog. It'll always say beside the stamp set if it's a two-step stamp. Anybody that's seasoned Stampin' Up person knows this. They can look at the images on the block and tell that they are two-step. Oh, you know what? I want to do that one more time because I want 2 flowers. I want 2 pretty flowers. So we're going to stamp up that detail. Yeah, we could always use Stampin' Blends, but I'm just going to do it like this because we could always do that, but I wanted to really show how easy it is to do the two-step stamping just like this and still get a beautiful image and color. So I'm going to bring this back over And I'm going to stamp that off and stamp this in. And yeah, you could definitely come back with your Stampin' Blends if you wanted to put a little bit more detail in there. But we're just going to go with this today. So I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pad because I'm dangerous around ink pads, and y'all know that about me. I am going to cut some leaves, and I think I'm going to cut these out of a green, and I think I might grab some greeny apple green. Let's see if I got some scraps over here. No, not greeny apple green, but you know what? I've got plenty of scraps over here in my scrap bin, and I actually make little mini makeshift folders, and I put a file tab. I took actually a punch I have, and I punch and then fold it in half, and it makes it like a tab at the top of the piece of paper. And I use a cheap cardstock, not my Stampin' Up stuff, but I make little folders, and I've got them alphabetically with the color cardstock in there. And I do that because it makes it easy for me when I get ready to go and grab a piece of cardstock. I can go right to it, and I color tab the tabs I cut out of the color paper that's in there. So it makes it really super easy to grab that paper, and I love doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one too. I went ahead and cut it so we can run it through our little machine. So we're gonna put this on right about there. Let's get another one of these to hold that down. I'm just going to use one. And this, I want to do a couple of, maybe 3 of those little leaves because they're just too cute. And I'm going to scatter my plates. I had someone ask me, why do you have to scatter your plates? I never heard of that. It was a viewer that, I've never seen them on my lives, but they are definitely one of my viewers. And I explained to her that with the smaller machine, I think it has something to do with the weight of the machine. It just needs a little extra help. The big machine, I never have to stagger plates because it always works perfect. I'm going to put and cut another one. But for the little machine, I do find that staggering these plates makes all the difference. Let me move that up a little bit so maybe you can see. I put my base plate and I pulled that one back a little bit. Then I put this one on and make sure it goes forward a little bit. And what it does, it gives you a little ease in it going through, because this machine is not weighted like the big one. And I think because of the weight of it, sometimes it has trouble, you know, going through. And it's just like right there, I had to hold that down. And Phyllis told me she was having the same problem. Phyllis, is this the problem you were having? Sometimes it just will not go through. So when that happens, I say take it out, turn your plates around, put them back in, and try it again. Make sure you scatter them in the right direction. And let's see if it cuts this time. Nope. I think I'm just going to get my big machine out. This is twice I've had trouble with this not wanting to push through. And I don't know, it might be my warped plates. The first one cut fine. Here's our little leaf for that one. That one cut beautifully. This one did, no, it almost cut. Okay, we're gonna pull out the big one. I hate putting the big one in front of y'all, but anytime this happens, I just go to my big one. Okay, let's just grab our big machine and bring it up, and we will finish up with that. Jennifer, I can hear your volume. Okay, I have to let Jennifer know because I have her in my ear on a earbud, and so she always comes on. If y'all have a question or whatever, she will come on and let me know because I can't always see the chat when I'm when I'm busy doing this. So let's go ahead and push this through. See how easy that one is? I love my big machine for that reason. It never ever fails me. I never have any issues with it. I don't have to scatter plates or stagger plates or anything. It is mine. And look how pretty that cut. Isn't that pretty? So let's go ahead and cut the other one while we're here. And I'm going to line this up. Sometimes it's easier to lay them down and line them up. So I'm going to get over top of it right here. Y'all probably can't see what I'm doing because I got my arm in the way. But I'm just lining this up as best I can. And then that's going to go through. Yeah, I'm real excited about next week. Jennifer and I are going to Michigan together. Dennis is going to take me and drop me off. It's about 2.5 hours from here up the road. And Jennifer's going to be driving in that direction anyway. And we're going to meet up with her. And then I'm going to ride with her the rest of the way up. That keeps us both from having to drive. And I hate to drive. And she knows it. And so does my husband. So I just don't enjoy driving anymore. I don't know. It's not my thing. So anyway, we're looking. I do, Marlene. You know, maybe that would be a good test. Let's pull it out because I have been using the boho blue one. You know, they replaced this one for me. So let's give this a try and see. And I'm wondering if it's the machine or if it's the plates. Because if it's the machine, you know what? That blue one's going back too. I sent one back. Let's try it. That's a good thing. I'm glad you asked that question. So let's put this on here. I bought the blue one because I got it half price because I placed a really good size order when the catalog went live, and I got one item at 50% off. So I said I'll go ahead and get the boho blue. If anybody's interested in the boho blue one, it is an online exclusive. You go to my page, type in on the search. That one's wanting to go. Yeah, that one went. It popped out, but it did cut it. So maybe that machine has lost calibration again. Stampin' Up does stand behind the product, so if you buy a machine and it does not work like you think it should, you can call them and they will replace it. They will send you a return shipping label to send it back to them, and they will ship you out a new one. That's the other good thing with Stampin' Up. I mean, they definitely stand behind. Thank you, Marlene, for suggesting that. Because I was thinking maybe my plates had gotten a little bit, you see how worn they are, but they're not warped. You know that trick that I use for never having warped plates, and it works, believe me, because I have used this set of plates through the first machine. I did change these out when I thought my machine was malfunctioning, which it was, but I've been using these plates ever since. Let's go again. I want about 3 of these, so let's put that down. Like that. Put that one down there. That right there. Let's shoot it through again and see what happens. Now see, that one's not wanting to go either. Let's keep going. Sometimes it'll catch and it will go on through. I think they've got some known problems with the small machine. Yeah, that's not working. Let me try turning it around and go the other direction and see if it'll work. Staggered. Yeah, Phyllis told me she was having that problem the other day. I was talking to her. Oh yeah, we'll be, won't I? Yep, we're going to Jackson, Michigan. That's where my son lives. That's also where Alicia lives. And Alicia's not doing real well, so y'all keep her in your prayers. She has not been feeling well. I don't think she's crafting. That was an epic fail, so you know what? We are going back to the big boy because he is a never fail. I tell everybody, if you can afford a machine, if you can only afford one, get the big one, because this one you are not limited, and this machine has never ever failed me. I mean, it works the first time every time. So that I like the small one because it's convenient on my desk. It's wonderful for me. See how that plate looks like it's springy. When it gets springy like that, turn it over. That's what keeps your plates from warping. And turn this one over every time you use it. So that's how I keep my plates from warping. We're going to get one more of these leaves if it kills us, and at this point it just might. But see what I mean? I never have any issues with this one. It cuts beautifully first time, every time. I love my big cut and boss machine. It is fantastic, and I cannot sing the praises enough over it. The small one, I have had issues. Now when they replaced it, it worked like a charm. I think they lose calibration. That's what they told me. So I'm just not real happy with that. All right, let's bring our card back over, and I'm still seeing that little smudge right there, but oh well. There's our little leaves. Aren't they cute? They're tiny, but they're cute. We're gonna strategically put these around. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the little inside pieces that the die machine cut out. And there, that one's good. And that one's good, and that one's good. So I'm gonna put this little die, because this is a small die. Y'all know how easy it is to lose dies when you got a mess on your desk? Y'all don't see my mess. Thank goodness. You don't see everything that is on this side of each side of my mat. It's a mess. It's a mess, y'all. Okay, let's bring out our flowers. What I like to do is I like to put one down, glue it down, and I think I'm going to glue this one down. It's got a little bit, I didn't get my die quite on this one like I should have. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to fussy cut around it. Just a tiny bit right here. Not a lot, just a little just to knock back a little bit of that white. And you don't have to do that. I mean, it's going to be flat down on the card, so it's really not going to be that noticeable. But it's just something I like to do. Okay. All right. I'm gonna glue this one down, straight down, like that. So let's grab the glue. I got stuff falling every which way. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue on the back of this one. And I'm going to put that just a little, no, I'm going to bring it on the side. I'm going to put that down right there. But before I get that down all the way, I want to stick, maybe over here. Call them, Phyllis. That's what I did. I called them, and they ran me through some testing while they had me on the phone. And when she concluded that my machine would not work, then they replaced it. So call them. If they're real busy, you can leave your number and they'll call you back. That's what I normally do, because I hate to wait, like 30 minutes online for them to come on the phone. But you can leave your number, and when they call you back, it will come up on your phone, Stampin' Up, which is great. That way you'll know who it is. And if anybody else, Margie, you said you have one that does the same thing. You need to call Stampin' Up and let them know. And I'm telling you, they will stand behind it. So I'm going to put this one right about here. And I want to get one of these coming out from underneath here. So I'm going to put glue on this. I'm just going to put a little glue right there on that stem and right there in that larger place that I have. And I'm going to stick that right about there and just press it. And then I think I want this one coming out right about here. Just to give it a little greenery, to make it look like, to make it look a little more, I don't know, like a flower. Although I didn't put greenery on the other ones I did. I did on this one. I actually stamped the stems and the flowers, but I didn't care for that one. I didn't care for the stem and the flowers. The stem was okay. The leaves were not. I said flowers, I meant leaves. I didn't care for those leaves at all. But this I like. I think this is really cute. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a different die. I had it. Here it is for my sentiment. And we're going to put it, I might just stamp right here. Maybe we'll just stamp right there in the Moody Mauve. Let's do that, because the way I position my flowers, there's really not room to get this up here without covering up your little border, and I don't want to cover that up because that little flowerlet, framelet with the little flowers is what makes this card look so beautiful. So I have this one that says Just a Note, and it is from the stamp set, Darling Details. Just a note, there's a thank you, hello there, happy birthday, and you can put friend. You're not here, I hate that. So there's other little things that you can put up there, but I'm going to stamp right here because I think I can stamp that, we hope I can, with no issues. So I'm going to grab the Moody Mauve, and I got another hair. Well, I don't know how I'm getting hairs on this. Maybe my dogs are shedding. There we go. All right. Make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers because y'all know I can ruin a card in a minute with ink. So just a note, and I'm going to stamp this down right here. If I can stop shaking. There we go. Do any of y'all have that problem with shaking? Mine's probably coming from where my blood sugars dropped a little bit because I was in such a frenzy this morning. I did not eat anything at all. So when I get off of this live, I'm going to go and make me something to eat. Okay, let's look at our gems. Again, I don't have anything that has the Moody Mauve. Let me get it right in a minute. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to go back. What about our butterflies? I think I got a pack of those open. I do. I always have a little extra of my favorite gems. I always have more than one. I think the little butterflies would be cute on this. And I love these butterflies. I was going to use this. This comes from the Cheerful Daisies, and I pulled it out earlier because I'd used it on those other cards and I thought I would be able to hear, but I brought my flowers up a little higher and just didn't have room for it. And it's okay, you know, that's what happens. And what do? We just, well, what did I do with my Take Your Pick tool? Look, right here. When things don't go as planned, we just, we move on and do it different. I mean, we're crafters, that's what we do. And we're going to use a little one, maybe right here. Yeah, y'all have to excuse Bella. She is really snoring today. She is sleeping good, y'all. And I'm going to put one right there. Oh, that's so cute. Now I'm going to cut another piece of Misty Moonlight. I still want to call them Moody Mauve, Misty Moonlight. I guess it's those two M's. We're going to cut another piece of the Moody Mauve, and we are going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to grab a piece of white, and we're going to cut this down to 3 3/4 by 5. I love double matting my cards. I think it makes them look elegant on the inside as well as the out. And I want to cut one more thing, so I'm going to grab, let's see if I got a, do I have a smaller scrap of the Moody Mauve? Let's see if I do. And I won't cut that. I do. Always got scraps. I always pull to my scrap bin before I cut into. I was going to cut into this, but remember, I can use these for mats. And I thought, if I've already got a piece, why not do it that way? And I do. So I did. And I'm going to cut that little flower again because it's just too cute not to put on the inside. I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside because I don't want, I'm giving this card away, and since it says just a note, you could stamp a happy birthday, you could put a get well, you could put thinking of you, or anything on the inside. So I try to think of that when I'm making cards, you know, to give away. I want it to be something that you can use. So if you decide you want to send it to a friend or, you know, a family member or whatever, you can do that. So that way that card gets to go out and hopefully make somebody else smile too. That's the purpose of making cards, right? Is to brighten someone's day. That's always my intent. Let me pull this over and get those little scraps off of there. Grab my plates. I'm going to turn that one over. So make sure it's in the right direction next time when I pull it out. I always do that when I'm die cutting. I'll turn that plate over, and that's how I keep up with how my plates are going. Now I'm going to do this little drop technique because it works so good, and it just knocks out just about all your pieces in one little shot. So it's the drop routine. So then you can just scoop up all your little itty bitties and you're good to go. There's my little piece. Here's my card and my inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little Stampin' Seal on this. And I'm going to set, oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Ah! That was not what I wanted to do. Everything sticks to my glass, but you know what? I am enjoying this glass mat. It is so nice to have a magnetic glass mat. So whenever I'm doing like stencils or I need something to hold in place, I can bring one of my little 3 magnets over and see how nice and strong that is. It is wonderful. I have a glass mat under my chair too, and it doesn't get the divots in it like a regular, what are those made out of? Polyurethane mats. Plus it doesn't have that smell that the polyurethane has. And if you're like me, and hey Brian, welcome. I didn't see you come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit. I'm getting glue on my fingers, but that's okay. I just want this to stick down. So let's bring it around. Now I definitely got sticky. Oop, I got a piece in there. I don't want that to go down. And I'm going to put that right here in the corner. Stick it down. Something like that. And now we can glue the whole thing, and I'm just going to use liquid glue on here. I like to go back down the edges a little bit to make sure that my edges adhere. And then I'm going to sit that down into my card, being mindful of my borders, and give it a press. You know, when I first started card making, I couldn't get a straight border in a card for nothing. But as I've told many of you, practice makes perfect no matter what you're doing. I think this card is the prettiest one yet. I thought I loved the black and white one, but I really, really love that one. Y'all did good with picking out your colors. So thank y'all for helping me out. I think it turned out beautiful. But anyway, these are our cards. I'm going to give this one away too. It might not be my most favorite, but it is a cute card, and the inside is cute, and we've got the inside of each one of these is matted and has our little, I do still like that one. I wonder if we need a bow on this one. I don't think so. I think with the leaves and the butterflies, I don't think we need a bow. What do y'all think? Oh, hey, Kathy Kelly, let me tell you something. My kids are scattered up and down the East Coast. My son and his 2 children are in Michigan. Jennifer's in Virginia. I'm in North Carolina. And Angel, my oldest daughter's in Florida. So, I know, and that mauve one really did turn out pretty, didn't it? I love it. And it's different than any one. And you see how you can make, by using that same die, you can make different looks on your cards. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and do it's almost 1 o'clock, so I've kept y'all about an hour, and that's, y'all know that's what I try to do. I try to keep it in an hour. So we're going to give away, I'll tell you what, we're going to do it like this. First drawing gets to choose. Second drawing gets to choose. Third drawing gets whatever's left over. That sound fair? Oh, Connie, I know you go and spend some time with your grandkids quite often. I know they do tire you out, but aren't they just lovely? I love and Autumn, oh my word. I hope that she can come and spend a week with me this summer, because her and I will have a ball. She is my little doll baby. We'll do videos together, her and I. She wants always craft with Gammy. So, yeah, I think no bow too. I definitely, these look cute with the bow. I thought this one really added to it with the bow. This one, I think I was just trying to find something to kind of counteract that particular thing. We could always cut this flower and put with it. I'll tell you what I might do. I'll stick this one in with this one. So if y'all want to fussy cut, I'll tell you what, I got dies. I'll cut it out and stick it in. So if you decide you want to put that one over top, you can. How's that for making that card look a little better? All right, let's go with our drawing. Jennifer, if you are ready, drum roll. Jennifer Real, you are our first winner. So Jennifer, if you will let us know which card you want, you get to choose your first pick. Oh, thank you, Tina. I want to cater to y'all. I love you guys so much, and y'all mean everything to me. Whether you're a customer or not, you're still a follower. You watch my videos, and I love for people to be my customer. But I appreciate every one of you. So Jennifer, if you will let me know which card you want, the black and white, please. Okay, this one is for Jennifer, and I'm going to put a sticky note on it with her name. So give me just a sec. All right, so we got Jennifer's. I'm going to stick it on the back because y'all know I'm going to take pictures of these to put on my blog. Now the second name, Connie Sorback. I never say your name right. Sobzak. I think that's right. So Connie, which card do you want? Let me know. So now we're ready for our next winner. Connie, let me know which one of these you like. The mauve one, okay. So Connie's got this one, and the person that gets this one is Margie Ryan. You get the blue one, and I'll make sure that I cut this little flower, and I'll just put it inside the card for you. So Margie Ryan. Congratulations, all of my winners. I am thrilled for each of you. I hope you enjoyed these cards as much as I did making them. They were so much fun. And I will take pictures of all of these, and directions. Please give me a little grace today. Give me until later this afternoon before this will be on my blog. But the measurements are very simple. And if you have this stamp and die set, oh my word, you are going to want to make this set. I mean, you're going to want to make one of these cards because they're too pretty. They're adorable. So I'm going to flip y'all back over so you can see my mug for just a minute so I can tell you thank you. Oh, come on. There I am. And here I come. Thank you so much, everybody. I just love you guys, and I just can't express enough how much y'all mean to me. And like I said, customer or not, y'all mean the world to me. Do I appreciate your business? Absolutely. My husband's getting ready to retire and he's depending on me to help supplement income. So if you know anybody that's looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please recommend me. Give them my blog post, give them my YouTube channel, share my videos any way you can, and any of my projects. Help me grow my channel, help me grow my business, because my husband's depending on this so he doesn't have to take another job after retirement. And I don't want him to do that either. He has worked for 30-some years. He's so deserving this retirement, and I'm doing something I love, so it all works. So thank you once again. Congratulations to my winners. Congratulations. The cards are just, they're so pretty. Look at this. I know y'all rather look at these than look at me, but look at my beautiful cards. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. I love them not just because I made them, but I just think they turned out so pretty. And as I always say in closing, and I will always do this with every video, just allow everything that you do and say, and that says so much. Let it bring glory to our Savior. He's worthy. He's so worthy of our honor and our praise, but the life that we live, that we show others. So when you say it, think first. When you do it, think first. And if it doesn't bring glory to our Father, you probably shouldn't say it or do it. So God bless and keep you. I love you guys so much. And until next, I won't be here next Friday. Remember that. Mark your calendar. I will post on Facebook, and I will let y'all know what's going on and when I got videos scheduled to go up. So just stay tuned to my Facebook page, and I'll put it on my blog as well. So if you don't do Facebook, check my blog. It will be there with announcement of when my videos are going up. So God bless and keep you. I love you, and until next time, mwah. Bye-bye.